Hello, happy Thursday. I just realized it's August 22nd, and that means it's been one whole year since we bought our house. That is crazy to me. I thought I would do like a little recap on our house journey. I'd like to get this out today. I might work on it tonight if I have time, but here, let me show you. This little white house is our current house, and it's funny because we found that house. It looks like a mess in the front yard. Don't judge me. But we found that house when we were looking at another house in the neighborhood, which I'll drive by here. Look how cute our little neighborhood is. It's just an old neighborhood, so cute. Got squirrels everywhere. We have white squirrels, or like gray squirrels. In any case, so this house on the left that I'm passing right now, we were looking at that house one day. We looked at it. It was old and not renovated. I thought it was really quaint and cute, and I really wanted an old house, and Nick wanted an old house too, but he didn't want to feel like he was living in an old house. So we went and looked at that house one night and didn't love it. It was kind of small still, not new. Like, everything would need to be updated because it definitely felt like an old house. It had really nice wood floors, which I loved, but in any case, it was not a new house. So Nick was pretty set on not getting that house. I was kind of on the fence just because it's so hard to find a cute little old house in your price point in an area you would want to live in. And so I just thought maybe we're deciding too quickly to not get that house. And so one Wednesday, I asked my realtor if she could go with me on my lunch break just to look at the house one more time. I just needed help to decide whether or not it was the house for us. And I thought another visit might help me do that. So I went and visited the house with my realtor. Nick had to work still, and so we went, saw the house, and I just walked around thinking Nick would be miserable if we moved into this house because it's so old. Like, the cabinets are old and like sticking together when you're trying to open the doors, and like just everything would need to be replaced, and it was at the top of our budget, so we wouldn't actually be able to replace anything. So I felt really discouraged. I just got home. Hi, babies. Hello. Oh, I missed you so much. Hello, girl. I was really discouraged when we were leaving that house. We walked out, and the realtor locked up the door and stuff, and we were walking back to our cars, and I was like, I just really need to talk to Nick about it. And as we were walking out, some lady who I had seen like walking around the neighborhood when I got there and was waiting for the realtor to get there, she was just going like door to door. I saw her and I just figured she was like a neighbor talking to people or something. And she came up to us and she was like, hey, are you guys looking to buy that house? And we were like, yeah. And my realtor was like, yeah. And so this lady was like, well, I just renovated a house right around the corner. It's the white one over there at the end of the street. We're having an open house on Friday before I listed it on the market. Would you be interested in looking at it? And she handed us a flyer, which I'll insert a picture of here. And it was the same exact price as this house that we were looking at that was not renovated at all. Same price, within our budget. And it had some pictures and it looked really nice. So I was like, yes, let's go look at that house real quick since we're here and it's open. So we walked in and I was just like blown away. Like, it was just insane. So I walked around. I was talking to my realtor like, oh my gosh, this is the same price as that house that wasn't renovated at all. How crazy is that? And so I texted Nick real quick and I was like, can I call you? Something really crazy has happened. And so I called him and I was like, babe, I am walking through this house that is fully renovated. It's in the exact same neighborhood as that neighborhood that we looked at, that older house, and it's the same price. And he was like, show me a video. And so I got off the phone, I recorded a video walking around, which I'll insert here so you can see the video of the brand new house. So here's the front door, and you come in, it's got like this little thing into the kitchen, and then down here, the humongous window, and then the dining would be on this little step up. And then there's a funky fireplace. And in the garage. Yeah, we'd have to do something. Even if we could just take that wood part off of there.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, the brick looks nice.
Brick is
And then kitchen. All new appliances. The backyard. Needs some work, but not terrible. Bathroom. And then the master bedroom is here. It's got a little closet and a big closet. And then 2 other bedrooms over there. So I recorded that video and I sent it to Nick. And he was just like, let's get it. Can we get it? Can we get it today? And so I told my realtor, I was like, we want this house. And so she was like, okay, well, let's put an offer in. And so we like did all the paperwork. The house hadn't even gone on the market yet. And so, yeah, so we started doing paperwork and stuff. My realtor put in like a notice that they had to give us a decision on whether or not they would sell it to us before the open house on Friday. So the contract was like, or the offer was gonna expire like right before the party or whatever. So yeah, we offered full amount, and it felt like it took a lifetime for them to respond, but they did, and they sold us the house, obviously. So that was just the craziest thing. It was, if you believe in fate or whatever, it was definitely that. If I had not gone to see this house when we went to see it, the other house the first time, and then felt this need to go back and see it one more time before I could, cross it off, it's not the house for us. If all of that hadn't happened, I would never have met this lady just randomly walking through the neighborhood, handing out flyers. It would have gone on the market, and who knows if we would have gotten it or if the price would have been outbid, because it's so nice. Like, the yard is huge, obviously. It's funny because that other house had a huge yard. No fence. This one didn't either. But like, I looked out the window when we were looking at this house and I said something like, the yard looks kind of small. Like, we wanted a nice big yard for our dogs and stuff. And turns out when you cut down all that overgrowth and brush and stuff, it's a really big yard out here. So it just worked out perfectly. So it's the 1-year anniversary of signing all of our documents and all that stuff. I just thought that was really cool. I don't know. If you're looking for a house, don't be discouraged if you're not finding it. I hope something like that happens for you, because it was just like, this is supposed to be our house, obviously, because that's crazy. Anyway, all right. That's my story time for the day. Okay, so I was just editing that video and I realized I didn't really end it, so I just wanted to say a couple things. It sounded like we just magically found this house and we magically got it and it was awesome. But I don't ever want my channel to sound like that. So it really wasn't all that, you know, I don't know, carefree. I had some personal stuff going on at the same time that made the whole experience just way less fun than I thought it was going to be. That was a bummer. And we are very much typical millennial age Americans. So we do not have our finances all figured out. We're not, you know, we struggle. So we had a ton of really generous help from my mom and Nick's mom, and we are so grateful to them for helping us get this house. And yeah, so I just wanted to mention that because it did kind of sound like we looked at 2 houses and then we were done. We definitely looked at a couple other houses. The first one I really liked, and on the pictures online it looked so amazing, and I was like, this is it, we're done, let's go buy that house. And then we drove over there, and it's actually not that far from our house, but the area is so much worse than where we live now. Like where we live right now, we're in this really nice little pocket, just a bunch of old people, like nothing crazy going on. It's really nice. And yeah, that house was not so nice. They renovated it really nicely and it looked awesome, but it was in a very scary area. We did not choose that house. And then a couple houses, even just while looking at them online, went off the market, which is pretty typical, especially for shopping like during the summer, which is what we were doing. Yeah, so it wasn't like a cakewalk. It was definitely, I think we were really lucky and we didn't have to search that long, which was really nice. But again, it was just a really stressful time, and we had just gotten Edie a few months before that, so we were paying for puppy stuff. Puppies are so not cheap. So I don't know, there was a lot going on, but it was very exciting to find this house, and it was so much fun editing the video. I added that little clip of me walking around the house when it was like fresh, had nothing in it, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it looked so much bigger. I feel like now we have all of our furniture in here and stuff, dog stuff, so it just filled out really well, and I'm really happy with how the fireplace turned out, because that fireplace was scary. So anyway, I just wanted to wrap this up. Yeah, happy house-iversary. I still can't believe it's been a whole year. So anyway, that's that. Comment below, let me know if there's anything crazy going on with your house hunting. If you have any questions, like if you're a first-time home buyer like we are or were, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have about the whole process and stuff. If I can remember, it's crazy that it was only a year ago, but I feel like my memory might not be that great. We'll see. If you have any questions, just let me know. But please do comment below. Tell me how your house buying experience was. If you're looking for a house now, what are you looking for? Like we were looking for, I really wanted like an old vintage house. And I love that it's like a sunken living room area. It's my goal in life to be like Laura Petrie. So if you've seen the Dick Van Dyke Show, it's pretty old. It's from the 60s, but I love that show. And they have a little step down from their front door, just like this one. And Rob always trips over the ottoman, but not always. He sometimes trips. But anyway, I'm just rambling. In any case, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Oh goodness, thank you so much for watching, and have a great night. Please do comment and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you next time. I also just wanted to say that I will link our realtor's information down below. I'll put it down below because she was awesome. If you're also looking for a mid-century modern kind of house, her whole office specializes in finding those kinds of houses, which was so cool. We know her from our Boston Terrier play group, and she's had us over to her house to play a few times, and her house is so cool. It's way more mid-century looking than ours is. They renovated ours and kind of took away some of that mid-century charm, but I'm trying to slowly add it back in where I can. Just a random side note, every single wall in our house is gray. It's called agreeable gray, and everyone apparently paints houses this color because it's just really neutral, good color for walls, but literally every wall is gray. I can't handle it. I wish every wall was white. I would be fine with that. Anyway, tangent, but I just wanted to say I will link Michelle's information below. If you live in the Indianapolis area or are moving to the Indianapolis area, I highly recommend her. She's really, really sweet, awesome. She has Boston Terriers, so yeah. Anyway, rambling again. Okay, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please do give a thumbs up, a like, and subscribe if you want to, and do leave me a comment down below because I would love to read those. So I hope you have a great night, and I will see you next time.